When I was doing melatonin, my dreams were wild. Real quick, before we do this, I want to read my dream that I wrote down in my dream journal, aka my phone, and this is the dream I had last night. Here's what I wrote. Eating Taco Bell with Dave Grohl, period. Been at a party at my cousin's house. I built a roller coaster track for a little car, filmed it scaring Tommy Wiseau for a documentary, and that's it. So I'm kind of predictable, I guess. Even my dreams are predictable. I'm gonna read what I have written here in my dream diary, aka cell phone. Okay, so the first one was a weird... It says here, going through people's living rooms to get to the Great Pyramid, but I think I did voice to text, and it wrote, I'm a Giza Strip. So, in the Giza Strip, and instead it said, I'm a Giza Strip. And then the second one was Bill Burr comedy tour, facsimile of The Outside, but inside with beach chairs. First comedian bombed with a Naruto joke and got kicked off the tour by Bill Burr when making a joke about his sister. I was a stagehand that did nothing and I couldn't find my guitar. That's what I wrote. So this was a good idea. Anything from them turns into this fucking bizarre fever dream nightmare. Here was last night's bike dream in sewer, where there was a sign saying good luck completing this. There was a sign mocking me as I was riding on the path. As I was riding on the path, it got more narrow. I completed it and then tried to get the footage of it from the sewer department. The sewer department. The Department of Sewage. Okay, here's what I wrote. Oh god, this is the worst one yet. Easily. Some of a graveyard closed off, I guess, for Halloween, and staff was being spooky and scaring people. That's what I wrote. Exactly that. Now, normally when I write down a dream and I come back to it, I kind of have some recollection of it, and right now, I have no memory of this place. I have a new dream. Here's exactly what I wrote. Mask costume party outside at night where everyone was wearing sheets and talking to each other kind of like Sleep No More, but without the silence or masks. Huh? As it was starting to get interesting, the real Beetlejuice showed up. The dude put me in a goo goo gaga chair. I swear to God, that's exactly what I wrote! What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Okay, I had another dream last night that I wrote down. This one's less comical. It was... Okay, so here's what I wrote down. Leonard Nimoy in Cheesy Mall talking with me about various life lessons. Revealed that there is a post-afterlife. He kind of winked about it and then vanished as I woke up. Not sure I was meant to reveal this. That's what I got from the dream. Yeah, when I woke up, I knew that this information was for me only, and I had to make the decision of whether or not I wanted to reveal it to the stream. Like, it felt like verboten information. So, now you know there's a post-afterlife, and I'm probably going to pay the karmic price for that. I had another dream recently, by the way, that I thought you might like to know. I forgot to tell you 2 days ago. Well, two things. The first one was, in my dream, I invented a new word, and it made perfect sense, but when I woke up and wrote it down, it made no sense. So the word details, in my mind, it was detail-less, right? So more details would be detalmores. And I wrote it down, and then I realized details is not spelled at all like it was in my dream. Chat, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me or my subconscious. Now you know. So here's what I wrote down for the dream. Saw Martin Scorsese at the shitty gaming award show I was at for like 35 people. After me bashing Star Trek Picard while screening an episode, I went to talk to Scorsese, and it was a good conversation. He then asked me if I had any idea what was going on in this world, and I said no, but I can try my best to explain it. He told me he likes to walk, so we go for a walk, and as we do, he gets smaller and smaller and eventually turns into a stick insect and starts eating leaves while I'm explaining things to him about the world and what I do in it. It says I've been lose him completely, so that's incorrect. So I lose him completely as he vanishes into a pile of leaves. So now you have all the detalmores. Here are the detalmores on my dream from last night. I was on some kind of semi-tropical vacation and signed up for a speedboat ride to another island. Charlie, aka Critical, was the captain of the boat and put me on the other team, whatever that means. I sat in the front of this large speedboat with like 12 people in it, which I was told was the McDonald's seat, as it was where you get the most fish that would come to greet you. As the sky got really dark and rainy, Charlie was cracking jokes, and a bunch of weird sea life eventually did greet me by flopping into the boat. This includes strange mini dolphin things. That was the dream. Vinny, what's a mini McDonald's thing? No, it was the McDonald's seat, was because that's where you get the most fish fillet. That was the joke that people were telling me in the dream. I remember that. I don't fucking know, chat. I don't... Listen, dreams are weird. I just know this. The dream journal was the best decision I've made in the past 2 months, at least. I had another dream recently, 2 nights ago, that I forgot to tell you. It was not much of one, but I wrote it down. Just the basic outline, which, as you know, my dreams lately have been pretty stupid. So here's one. Jim Carrey quizzes me on the dinosaur that was in the water. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. I had another weird dream that I wrote down. This one is exceptionally strange. So I think this is probably... I had like 4 hours of sleep, woke up, and here's what I got. Guy at an outdoor shopping area was waiting online for this new Taco Bell that just opened up. He had an umbrella that he would swish around and it would make a sound. That was sharp dressed. I was very tired, clearly. While in line for Taco Bell, the guy starts playing with a fetus and really started grossing me out. He explains that it was just an orangutan fetus and how cool it was. Okay? I noticed a sign above him. He called himself Joan Exotic. He returned to his booth as I got my Taco Bell, and it was okay. I later found out... I don't know, chat. I later found out that it was a knockoff Taco Bell using the same name but a capital I instead of a lowercase L. This was upsetting, though maybe not as upsetting as the fetus. As I walked out, I was given a business card by some telemarketer type guy as the fetus guy walked by and explained that it was just business. So that's the kind of dreams I've been having lately. Can you maybe see why I'm having trouble sleeping? Maybe my subconscious is like, nah, you don't want to sleep. You don't need to. No need. Just business. I'll tell you what, I do have one that I wrote down, and I forgot to mention it because it's fucking completely incoherent, and I have no recollection of it whatsoever. So here's what it says. I'll just read as I wrote it. Flight of the Conchords live from home. Rain, running in thunderstorm, alien spores. Like, I wrote it shorthand as if I would remember the rest of it later, and put it all together. Zero. I got zero of any of that. Here is the weird fucking dream I had last night. Okay, air yacht with several bros is how I start this. What is an air yacht? I don't know. I was so tired, I wrote A-I-R-Y-A-C-T-H-T. Okay, we land in the look at jungle or rainforest someplace and rest and refuel. The fuck drugs was I on in the middle of the night? Dear Lord. One of the bros decides to start filming himself eating the various flora and fauna and laughing about it. People warned him to stop as he would get sick. He keeps going and laughing. He starts hallucinating, and I throw the yacht across the yard. Mind you, the yacht is now like a 2-foot-long model and also maybe a burger. I sadly managed to injure a birthday moth, which seems to be artificially dressed up by the bro. Its wings are birthday card shaped like candles. It is fine. Someone said I can't follow this. Yeah, neither could I. When I say bros, I don't mean like they were my friends. I mean they were like bros, like Jersey Shore bros. And that's why they were filming for like Instagram. That, you know, they wanted to like go to the rainforest with the air yacht so that they could like do stupid shit. I had a dream that I wrote down, very, very minimal. I didn't go into too much detail, but here's what I wrote. Let me see if I remember it. People holding me captive in VR because the video settings were set to anyone allowed to comment. They wanted ransom. I think I'm getting some vague recollection. I was in VR, and then I heard a voice, which could have been anyone, but maybe it was Ross, tell me, Vinny, you're still in VR and you don't know it. And they're coming after you. You forgot to turn off your privacy. You forgot to turn on your privacy options. And I'm like, oh shit. And he's like, you gotta get out of there quick. And then they came for me, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of VR. And they found a way to inflict pain on me. These, I don't know who they were, just some randos. And they had destroyed my town. Because in VR I had a town, and they turned it all into like flat polygon space. They got rid of all my stuff. And then they put me in some weird, like, I ran from them for a while in like a Pee Wee Herman, like Beetlejuice playhouse. And then they put me into like a torture chair like Han Solo was in. and just as they were starting to torture me, I felt the pain, and then I woke up from the dream. I forced myself to get out of VR by waking up. I got a lot of that dream. I remembered a lot of that one. See, even writing down a couple sentences is enough sometimes. Speaking of dreams, I wrote one down. It was a subway station / museum that was giant. Crackhead tried to steal my phone, but meant to get my wallet instead. People started assaulting each other with blow darts. It was organized, and I was stuck in this place with a desert eagle fighting living mannequins. I don't know what the fuck that was. Alright, I have some dream entries I forgot to tell you about. Okay, well the second one is not really a dream so much as it is a quote I heard in my dream. But here's the dream. Tom Hanks, as a detective, kept checking my ID at a school or a doctor's building, I'm not sure. He kept checking over and over again and wouldn't let me go. I started getting upset, and after showing him all of my cards and ID, I found out that I reminded him of someone, perhaps his son. He started crying, and the acting was good. But just as I was about to find out, someone walked by with a gun. No one thought it was loaded except me. He shot, and I think injured someone, so I grabbed the gun and shot him back. Here's the second dream thing, which is just a quote. As I was about to wake up, I heard a quote in my head. I wrote, "Is that Cloud's Chernobyl or just a goat?" Cloud as in Final Fantasy VII Cloud. Is that Cloud's Chernobyl or just a goat? Yeah. So my dreams vary wildly. You know, you could get your star as bright and glowing, no matter where you're going. You know, you could get, the less you say, the more you show, etc, etc, etc. You could get all that stuff. Or you can get, is that Cloud's Chernobyl or a goat? This is a good area for my dream. I'll tell you the dream now. I was an actor on Always Sunny, doing a scene with a famous actress. However, I didn't prepare, and I didn't know my lines. While in the scene, I freaked out and had to go through the script, but couldn't find my lines. Turns out I only had a couple, but not only could I not memorize them in the dream, but the pages of the script were out of order, so I couldn't find them again. All this while the pressure was on me completely. I was holding up production. There's also a script book, but the pages were out of order in that too. Everyone was waiting for me to get my shit together, but I couldn't. I woke up in a sweat. That's what I wrote down. And I really did. I remember I woke up in a fucking cold sweat. Vinny, did you have a weird dream again? Yes, I did actually. 2 in fact. Skeleton MMO Morrowind in VR. That was from like last week. I forgot to mention that one. I don't know what that means. And then last night, it says here, I had a dream I was ordering at a Subway or something like a Subway, but because dream communication is nearly impossible, the order kept getting longer and longer and more ridiculous until eventually it was $75. The dream took a long time, and the person making the sandwich was pissed at me. Just as I was about to eat the sandwich, I woke up. It was like, the Tom Green sandwich. It was just huge, and it was disgusting, and then I was like, just about to eat it, and I woke up. Chat, I had a weird dream. Oh god, this is a lot. This is a lot of text. Alright, so this is, another one of my, entries in my weird dream journal thing on my phone. Okay, so... Video chat, cheesy Elvis song with Dave Grohl and the rest of the Foo Fighters covering an Elvis song, Blue Christmas, with incoherent rambling between the verses. It was a large wedding hall and some kind of party. Sadly, the Beach Boys with John Stamos were there. I had asked out loud if it was the real Beach Boys or Mike Love's Hollow Husk. John Stamos was there without me seeing him, and he replied something like, "Give him a break," as he looked upset. Brian Wilson was there and told the story of how he composed the song from all the tones on the television one at a time by using the clicker and pausing every couple of seconds and transcribing the notes into a song. He then told me that modern remotes aren't fast enough to do this. Oh my god. So I remember the first part of the dream. It was like, "We'll have a blue Christmas without you." Song here. And there's a time where we would gonna for cheese sandwich, man. It was that. Last dream I wrote down was the one with J.J. Abrams, Call with J.J. Abrams, that I won from a contest. We spoke on the phone for a while, and I asked him about the status of the Dreeb movie. He told me it was out the next day. What? We also talked about Half-Life while I was walking through a mall for some reason. Okay, that's a stupid one. Here's the one I had last night. Back to the Future, Doc and Marty inherit a sailboat and have to sail it around Long Island to dock it on Staten Island. Before they do, they get to another version of themselves from the past at a base near the water. As they repair the boat and prepare a pizza party, an ancient evil is on Earth in a mine. It is an undead moose that rides a Zord. It hates hockey players and wants to collect them. Cut to the base, and there are now 4 Marty McFlys and 4 Docs, all other actors, but using facial CGI to become the characters. I could see the flaws in the CG. The pizza party is about to begin while their quippy banter continues, but then on the horizon the sky grows dark and the moose on the Zord appears. It shoots a laser, but doesn't kill anybody, but lands to ask if there are any hockey players present. Biff, who is also there for some reason, says yes, and havoc ensues. That's a real fucking dream I had last night. Oh, I had a new dream? Well, I mean, a lot of people have new dreams, but my dream is to one day be a circus clown. No, I had a dream that... I'll read it. It's really, really stupid. It simply says here, Anakin show tunes, but replacing sand with hand, as in hand sanitizer. Or like sand sanitizer. I don't know what that means, chat.